Being busy doesn't mean you're moving forward. You can exhaust yourself moving in circles, never getting anything done. If you want to move forward, you have to focus on the right stuff. Story time. I was brought into an organization that was looking to make some changes over the next 3 to 5 years. I'm talking big changes on how they dealt with technology internally and with their clients. They were necessary changes, but it was going to be a big culture shift and an even bigger work effort to get it done. The executive team knew they didn't even know enough to know all the right things to focus on. So we decided to bring in the right people to talk through the work. We gathered the right folks from various internal departments, vendors, and even some clients to discuss the big vision for the company and where it was going to get them. We then all talked through where the impacts could be and the focus should be. It was incredible. We ended up with something greater than any one of us could have created alone. So how do you create the magic? Here are the 4 things I recommend any leader do to get the right stuff done when implementing big change at any level. Number 1, get transparent. Silos and silence don't work. If you want your team working together, moving in the right direction, instead of working against each other, you have to get transparent. Different departments, projects, and vendors all need to understand what each other is working on and how their work impacts each other. The more you share your big vision and your why, the more you're going to get buy-in and collaboration. As a leader, this means sharing the big vision of the company and how the projects you're working on support that vision and the goals you're looking to meet. As a project executive or manager, it means sharing what success looks like after you've gone live and what roadblocks you're facing. It also means understanding that your IT team is not a standalone department, but instead it should be brought to the table with your other departments when you're doing strategy, visioning, and planning, not as an afterthought just to make a connection after technology is sourced. You need to be transparent across your entire organization if you want your team working on the right stuff. Number 2, align your goals. How is the work that you're doing right now aligning to the big vision and goals that you have? It's not? Then why are you working on it right now? If you're not working on the things that support your goals, you're not working on the right stuff. As a leader, tying the work that's being done, the tech that's being rolled out, the change that's being implemented, back to the big why is necessary if you want to get shit done. Helping your team understand how their specific role supports the overall project helps lead to not only greater accountability, but also greater job satisfaction, all of which helps you to get shit done. It also empowers your team to understand when to ask the right question or raise the red flag, because they better understand the goal that they're working towards and when you might possibly be off track, instead of just understanding their own little piece of the puzzle. Knowledge is power. And the more your team understands your big goals and the why, the more empowered they are to make the right decisions and work on the right stuff. Number 3, you gotta prioritize. I'm sure you have a long list of the right stuff to work on, of things that must be done, of things you have to work on. I know I do, both personally and for my company. You can do it all, but the truth is, you can't do it all at the same time. Once you know the right things to work on, you have to prioritize them, because we all have only so many resources and we can all only handle so much change at the same time. So we need to be strategic about what we choose to change and in what order, because we cannot do it all at once. I suggest starting out by putting the work into 3 buckets: work that has to be done now, work that you want to do next, and work that can be done later. Look for some quick wins that you can focus on first to build some momentum. And as new things come up, reprioritize for any changes that need to be made. You'll always get further faster by focusing your team on the right thing, one thing at a time. Number 4, coach. I don't care what your title is. If you want the right stuff to get done, you have to be consistently coaching, reinforcing, and reminding people of their role and the why. Think Ted Lasso or Bill Belichick. And this coaching goes both ways. Sure, you're coaching your team, consistently communicating the vision and the why. But you're also coaching up to your executive sponsor, explaining to them their role, what you need from them, and the message they need to be reinforcing to the organization. Probably also to your boss, with what resources you need, roadblocks you face, or how they can support you and your project with their leadership team. And this isn't one and done. In fact, if you're doing this successfully, you're gonna sound a little bit like a broken record. Because successful communication doesn't just happen one time. In fact, it takes us on average 7 times to hear something before we successfully absorb it and make the change. So getting people to do what you want them to do, especially if it's a change in behavior or something totally new, is going to take some time. And patience, consistent communication, and coaching. So embrace the role of coach in your organization and take control over the right stuff getting done. So what happened to that organization that was looking to implement those big technology changes? The collaboration exercise uncovered some quick wins, which the team implemented to gain goodwill with some internal staff and clients alike. The exercise also uncovered some processes and tools that weren't previously being considered. These tools help significantly reduce the complexity and cost of implementation. This allowed the organization to reduce their cost, accelerate their timeline, and reduce the complexity of change to both their internal employees and their clients. So remember, if you want to work on the right stuff, collaborate with the right people. And if you want to know how to find the right people, check out my video on how to build a dream team even in an organization that doesn't support you. I'll catch you over there.